As I walked in, Dion, who I didn't know was Dion at the time, was standing outside, and he identified himself as a reporter with the Wall Street Journal and asked me, if I'd be interested in participating in a story.
And in Officer Caleb Zimmerman's incident report, he wrote that Dion committed trespassing, that there was probable cause to arrest him. The officer also claimed bank employees told Dion to leave, something the reporter says is not true.
Sheldon, little bootleg ass studio.
What's the motherfucking deal, man? Welcome back to Sheldon's bootleg ass studio, where you come to kick it, vibe out, and shoot this shit with Sheldon. Listen, if you ain't subscribed to the channel by now, you're doing myself and yourself a disservice. Go ahead, hit the subscribe button, hit that like button, and tap that notification bell as well. That way you are amongst those who are notified as soon as I release new content. Also, don't be shy, drop me some in the comment section. That way I can familiarize myself with you, recognize who you are as we are reacting to the videos or covering this news like we're doing today. And I appreciate each and every last one of my viewers. So if you drop me some in the comment section and I see it, I will respond to it, or I'll heart it at the very least. So you might just want to be on your best behavior, because if you're a troll, I will get on your dog ass. Indubitably. Video of today says witness explains why she recorded officers' actions. A witness is speaking out, explaining why she decided to record a Phoenix incident where police officers placed a working reporter in handcuffs. A lot of y'all, maybe y'all do, maybe y'all don't know, I work for a news station as well. So, you know what I'm saying, this could have been me out there. Hit that like button, let's see what's going down with this video. Without further ado, let's jump up in it right now.
If you ain't fucking with my nigga Sheldon, nigga, fuck you. Yeah.
New at 6, our ABC 15 investigators broke the story, now getting national and even international attention. A Phoenix officer handcuffing and detaining a Wall Street Journal reporter after interviewing people outside a bank. Police have
Yep. As I assumed. They profile. You cannot tell me they didn't profile this man. Look at him. Black man with an afro. Looks like he might have a pick in his head. I can't quite tell for sure. That's a profiling situation right there. Yeah, they definitely stereotyped. Yeah. Why can't he be a reporter? Why does he have to have a certain look? Does he need to have the logo on or something? Like, my gosh.
not released body camera footage, but a bystander recorded what happened on her own cell phone. And tonight, ABC 15 Chief Investigator Dave Biscabings got an exclusive interview with that woman, and her story raises even deeper questions, both with what police did that day and what they're claiming now.
I heard him say he was going to leave. This is ridiculous. He's a reporter, and I heard him say he was going to leave.
The voice you hear is that of Caitlin Parody.
I feel really strongly that no one should have been treated like that, and that, and that, like I said, it was racist and also really concerning given that,
White people, it's going to take a lot of y'all to call out y'all people when they doing that racist shit in order for it to come to a cease. The same way we sit here and call out these rappers for doing all this bullshit in the community. It's a number of us that's doing it, not all of us, because there's a lot of us that love this shit. Anyway, let's continue.
The journalist. You absolutely did not need to cuff him.
But before we get back to this recording, let's start from the beginning of what Caitlin saw.
And as I walked in, Dion, who I didn't know was Dion at the time, was standing outside, and he identified himself as a reporter with the Wall Street Journal and asked me, if I'd be interested in participating in a story. I asked him a little bit more about the story. I decided I didn't want to participate. We had a perfectly cordial, nice interaction, and I went inside.
So he was very clear with you up front. You said it was cordial, no issue with you.
No, and I went inside, and when I got inside, I was like filling out my deposit form before I walked up to the teller, and I saw a police officer talking to the bank manager. This is ridiculous. This is the most obscene thing I think I've ever seen.
That's why she started to get a bad feeling, one she said was confirmed when she got back outside.
What made you think like, hey, you know what? I'd better, go stand over there and capture this video?
It was just so egregious to me that they were handcuffing a reporter, and that it happened at the speed at which it happened.
Caitlin and Dion both believe it's likely that her recording kept him from being arrested. And in Officer Caleb Zimmerman's incident report, he wrote that Dion committed trespassing, that there was probable cause to arrest him. The officer also claimed bank employees told Dion to leave, something the reporter says is not true.
My husband's a journalist. He's also white, as am I. And in that moment, I just knew that he wouldn't be in handcuffs if things had gone the same way.
Her husband does not work for ABC 15 or the Wall Street Journal. Now, Caitlin's recording also raises additional concerns, like the officer threatening to arrest her.
I'm fine where I am. I'm not doing anything wrong.
You want to get arrested as well?
I think, like most people, I wasn't very clear on what my rights actually were. I knew it was important to record what was happening, regardless. I heard him say he would leave, and he was literally not doing anything.
When backup arrived, another officer wrongly told her she had to be at least 8 feet back.
Why are you standing on his back like that?
I was standing here. He just walked up here. I was standing here.
But you're going to stand back here. At least 8 feet, just like the law states. There's no reason for you to stand like that next to him.
Well, I was.
What does the law
He's
say?
there recording the
person in front of
conversation.
him.
Okay, I'm here. I did what you asked.
I'm out there literally doing my job, and
The reporter told us he filed a complaint and got a call.
Now check him out. Hair braided down, button up. You feel me? He was out there doing his job. And it possibly was on a lax day. Probably wasn't a lot going on, or maybe they called him in to do something quickly. I don't know. You feel me? Maybe he didn't have to be on camera for what he needed to do. But just because he's not all suited and booted up does not mean he does not work where he says he works. Sheesh.
All weeks later, saying the officer did nothing wrong. Caitlin told us she also filed one.
you actually also called in a complaint?
Yes, I called the Standards Bureau, but they called me back and told me that the investigation was closed, that they had found no wrongdoing, and that the officer had probable cause.
Now that contradicts statements from Phoenix. They claim it's under internal investigation and has been since November 28th. The problem, both the reporter and Caitlin say, they got calls telling them it was closed and nothing was wrong weeks after that. We asked Phoenix to explain the discrepancy, and this is what they just emailed us. Quote, the administrative process began on November 28th. The investigation remains open and was never closed.
I think there's a track record with the police department that this unfortunately falls in line with, a part of a pattern of really, really poor, really aggressive, and really racist policing.
I'm investigator Dave Biskobing, ABC 15, Arizona.
Sheldon, little bootleg ass studio.
Well, there you have it. Leave me your thoughts below. Yes, indeed. This happens every single day. Imagine the instances that's not caught on camera where those people have nothing to prove except for he say, she say. And guess whose word they're going to take? The one who was sworn in that's still lying like a son of a bitch. Anyway, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you hadn't already. Make sure you follow me on Facebook as well. Subscribe to my Twitch. Same name, SheldonVybez, no space in between. Till next time, I'm SheldonVybez. We need y'all to be cool like the other side of the pillow. Stay light on your toes, like you're supposed. Oh yeah, no.
If you ain't fucking with my nigga Sheldon, nigga, fuck you. Yeah.
On God.